blame, illumination. Illuminati's just a state of mind. They corrupted its symbolism to make you blind. They don't want you motivated to take the time. They want you down here as a hopeless slave to the day you die.
Alright, let's do it. Boom. Did you brought your what? You want me to grab your stuff for you? I can grab it for you.
Yeah, if you grab my back.
I got you.
Thank you, sir.
We're good. We're gonna
Oh.
intro it whenever. I'm in.
Hey, yo, this is Karizmatik and the Kingz podcast here with my man Gerbs, Double D, and his boy Irish.
What up?
His surname is Irish. We're coming through to you guys today, trying to spit some knowledge. I'll let Gerby put you through on the rest.
Yeah. Welcome to the Kingz podcast. We're going to talk about some things, a little bit of history, a little bit of discussion, and then we got some videos for you. And we're gonna get to share do some commentary on some stuff, and then the last video I'm excited for because I think it's just hilarious. So and
I'm
see
excited
what's
for
going
the
on.
discussion today.
Yeah, just this discussion in general. So this is the Kingz podcast. What we do here is that we try to give some guys some game, young, old, it doesn't really matter. We try to help guys out, understand modern women as best as we can, because it's hard out here for a lot of these cats. So. We're trying to just provide some info and some, whatever you want to call it game. I don't really care for it. Just advice, really.
Some advice, not a game. I wouldn't say game.
Well, especially when you consider we're dealing with a whole different animal of woman now.
Right.
Like it's the modern woman, as you've been bringing up recently. It's just it's a whole different creature to deal with, and I don't think guys know how to deal with it because they've been taught how to deal with these women by these women.
Right. And the thing I want to talk about, the name of the podcast today is going to be Sexual Deregulation, and I'm going to take it back a little bit. So the thing is, in America, I'm talking about purely in America. I'm not talking about everywhere else.
America.
Because that needs to be understood. In America, in the past, we was a very Christian nation, very, very Christian, culturally Christian. And the way most people dealt with their lives, they might have had 1 to 2, maybe 3 or 4 sexual partners, and then they got married, had children, and everything like that. Out of that, over time, is that it became like the idea of the one, finding the one you want to settle down with, have children with, and build a family or whatever type of situation. Business, it doesn't matter. Hollywood has been taking that concept of that time and pushing onto modern men. For a long time, past 60, maybe 80 years of pushing the idea that if you want a woman, as a man, you got to be nice and sweet. And even if you're the weird one in the group, just being you is going to get her attention because she's going to figure out that you're the better of the two between you and the jackass. And that's a lie. That's not true. That's not true at all, not even a little bit. So we're going to just talk about that a little bit more. And then... But the biggest thing is that the modern women are free to do whatever the hell they want in America.
As they should be, they should be.
And so but the problem with that is with that freedom comes with you need a higher skill level to be able to get them.
Yes.
And a lot of guys don't possess that skill or the knowledge how to do that. So that's what the Kingz podcast is here for.
Yep. I mean, it's here to illuminate these guys, and I mean, honestly, the women as well on basically cross-sexual interaction, if you will. You know what I mean? Cross-gender interaction. Sorry to all our gay and other folk out there, but we're going to focus on this primarily for this episode especially.
Heterosexuals.
Yep.
Okay,
and the interaction between them. And I mean,
and let's be honest,
your input is still welcome.
Let's be honest, gay people don't really have much of this problem because they get right to the point with shit.
Right.
Or so we think. We'll explore
For the
that
most
later
part,
on.
yeah.
We'll
Another
explore
time,
that later
another
on.
episode or another time. So I want to open it up for Irish and Daniel. Daniel first.
What's your experience?
Based on what I just said, Do you agree or disagree, or what are your thoughts about women? How did you view them, especially being from down south in Georgia and things of that nature?
Yes.
Well, what's it called? I was always that like bleeding romantic stuff and trying to swoon a girl. I was always like the nice guy growing up. And then
I do declare.
Yeah. Man, you're looking fine in that.
Looking
That
fine in a
dress.
collard green on a plate.
And that dress. That long dress. May I ask you, do the hold down? You want to come to the country ball?
I can't even say anything.
We can pass by some cotton fields on our way there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wait, are you suppressing a Southern accent this whole time? Like, did you ever have a?
No, he does have he seems to have a slight speech impediment.
'Cause I'll tell you this: when I moved up in,
All right, fuck you for that.
third,
No, I caught it. I caught it
I have
though.
no speech impediment.
no, but you can catch this little twang. in it.
Yeah,
there's
like
a little
the-
twang.
Yeah,
a little
you
twang.
call it a speech impediment.
I don't know.
just call
Your
it
tongue be
speaking.
hitting the front of your mouth
I
and be
call it
making some
speaking.
fucked up sounds. So like,
Front of your
Because
mouth.
he been making some some sounds. My guy be sounding like
What? No
He just
clue.
smacks a lot.
Like sometimes it sounds like he lisping. Like maybe like, all the ladies.
He doesn't sound like that.
Like,
That's not factual.
That's not true.
Let's stick to the facts.
All right, continue, Daniel. Oh, Irish. You
Yeah.
actually.
Oh no,
used
because
an
I was saying when I moved up here, I had a Southern accent, and I immediately like did my best to get rid of
To
it.
get rid of it?
wait, where are you originally from again? Oh yeah, you said it.
I'm not. I was born in Germany. My dad was in the military, so I was born in Germany. I've lived in Egypt. I've lived in
You look like a German.
Colorado, Alabama.
He does look like a German, doesn't he?
I don't know what Germans look like, to be honest.
Like
with
a
you.
white guy like him.
They're just all white people to me.
I'm 30% German. So,
See, you look German.
yeah. But
Did I have an accent? No, I don't think I had.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't hear it from
oh,
myself.
you didn't have a serious accent.
Nah, I didn't
Yeah.
have a. No.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah.
I mean, my
Mine was like,
yeah, Georgia's weird.
people were like, "Wow,
Yeah.
this motherfucker."
Right.
Howdy.
Yeah.
So you was a nice guy. You played the nice guy. Where did you get that from? Did other men tell you to be a nice guy? Where did you learn that from? Where did you get your influence from?
His size.
No.
Small guy.
No.
Being an asshole.
Okay, there we go.
The bagel guy kind of disproves that.
Right.
Where did I get it
Bagel
from?
boss. Yeah.
I don't know.
Society. Where did you think you saw it in films? You saw it in cartoons. Where did you get this?
Nah, that
concept?
film thing, when you said it was like, what's it called? You feel like Hollywood's been pushing that for a while?
For a while.
I don't think it's been a while. Because it used to be like all those westerns and stuff like that.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a
those were
tough
different.
guy.
Yeah, those were
It was
different.
the
Yeah.
guy who got the chick.
Let me say part of Hollywood.
And he
then.
would kill. I think recently it's changed.
Right.
To make it seem, because like what you Iris said, how like women are pushing it. That's really what it is women saying like the nice guy finished his last. I mean the first now.
No, he doesn't.
It's like, yeah, I can disprove that.
I'm a nice guy.
You're a nice guy.
Yeah, ladies would tell you that. I'm not nice to you.
Yeah.
Okay, Irish. What about you?
I would say fairly similar to Daniel. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, where I got like my
Television, whatever.
game. I
Games?
guess maybe like a combination of my mom and dad. But it's kind of like that's the thing because I remember we were talking on the phone earlier today, and I was telling you how it's like you'd said the statement, the bullshit statement where people were like happy wife, happy life, and I was
Right.
like my dad very much is like that, but it's like. I don't really know that that's the case because like and honestly like a lot of this like sort of epiphany and stuff for me has come like in the last year. I would say like before the last year I was very like nice guy like be a gentleman and all this and everything, but it really doesn't get you anywhere. And it's like, well, if that's not getting me anywhere, I'm just gonna be more direct about shit.
See, me, I'm a gentleman for me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I was raised by a gentleman, and it makes me feel good to be like carrying on in his image a little bit.
Right.
Shout out to my pops. and
Well,
this shit.
let me clarify
But,
because I'm not. It's like gentlemen, like I'm not treating women like shit.
No,
now.
definitely.
But it's like you still, what I mean, you still do like the gentlemanly like thing, but I'm not willing to, I guess, like succumb and deal with all of the bullshit if like there's not something that's gonna be like, what I mean, like I'm not gonna put myself through bullshit and do the whole song and dance if there's nothing in it for me.
No, and I'm saying directly to that, I will.
Gotcha.
Well, I think
Because I kind of enjoy it. Like I
enjoy being a nice guy.
I really do. I enjoy being it. Like Guerby's seen it. Like I go out of my way to be an asshole, but like I'm naturally a nice guy.
No, I like.
Well, and that's how I feel because like I feel like I want to be a nice guy, but if I am a nice guy, I don't get pussy.
It's a fact.
Then it makes me like resent them a little bit because then I'm like, I want to just be nice
Except
and fucking do
you
all
approach
that
a female that's looking for a weak man to dominate.
Yeah.
Then that could happen still. Go
I don't know. Going back to your question, Gerby, like where do I think it came from? I
Right.
wasn't the best looking kid ever, so that's why I had to develop a personality.
Look around this table, dog.
Yeah, I know.
Bro. I mean, bro, compared to me, I mean, you ain't ugly.
That's all.
compared to
I told you I'm
this,
cute. I'm cute. I'm not ugly. I'm
Like,
cute.
bro, like, so what do you like? At least, like, you guys said I'm not the best looking guy, and then he turns around and says I'm cute. Like, get the
Well,
fuck out of here,
I
dog.
forgot you were here, charismatic. you
Yeah,
little
exactly.
ugly
Get the
ass.
fuck out of
You
here,
little ugly-
dog. Niggas out here struggling with facial reconstruction type shit, and you out here talking about I'm cute. Like, that is not a handicap. That is not a handicap.
It is a handicap.
No, ugly's
Cute
a
is a
handicap,
handicap.
nigga. Ugly's a handicap. Ask Gerby. He don't know what it's like to be ugly.
It is what it is. Now the reason
Neither does this nigga. I'm the only ugly nigga on the show. So let ugly be ugly, bro. Don't be.
Bro, I thought I was ugly all through high school, but it was really just I went to school with
No,
a
you
bunch
just
of
have ugly thoughts.
Yeah, well, I went to school with a bunch of popular, like, you know, the preppy shit. I was
yeah.
like the one metal kid, and then I came out here and like it was like from like 2013 on, like chicks just started like giving me attention, and I was just like, oh, okay, like.
right.
And then
Girls walk up to me,
what year
they're
did-
like, I like your hair.
What-
I'm
what-
like, not my face, bitch. Like,
That hurts.
like,
That hurts.
Well, yeah, that's when I graduated high school.
so I just kept growing the hair.
I kept growing that.
Your hair, not your face.
And I think
I can see it.
Although I did crush it senior year because I cut my hair short and like, oh my god, I got so much fucking action.
there you go.
They were all about that. Shallow bitches.
And I think, well, where it comes from, that's just where my mentality, that's where my thoughts come from, where it may be coming from, because there's no other place I could think properly where it could be other than your parents and things of that nature. But the reason why I brought this, I want to talk about sexual deregulation because I think it's having an effect on our country now. Because a lot of these guys that are being mass shooters, one thing they do all have in common, they have women problems, or they can't get any.
They got personal problems. Not
Yes,
women,
plus women.
bro. No. Their personal problems are causing them to think they have women problems.
Yeah,
No,
they feel like they're not
They go
listened
out
to.
their way to say that it's women is the reason why they're doing this. Like Elliot Rogers is an
They're finding
example.
someone to blame. They're
I see what
Hitlering.
he's
They're
saying though.
Hitlering.
It's because it's kind of like it's a personal problem in that like they're the ones that's not personally changing
Yes.
their
Yeah.
like
they're
they have
Hitlering the situation.
they have
you know
the
what I'm saying?
they have the
If Hitler
power
was
to
a verb,
fix like their situation. You know what I
True.
mean? Like and it's also just like in a certain sense it's almost like on their ego because it's like
Oh,
there's
okay.
someone that'll fuck you.
Yeah, there's something
Yes,
else that's
like,
going on
yes,
there.
and if there's no one that will fuck you,
Right.
money will make it so that someone will fuck you.
Like maybe you're not fucking a
true.
10. You might have to fuck a 2, but like
Yeah,
there's
get in
someone
pussy.
that will fuck you.
Yeah, women's their scapegoat. Cause trust me, I didn't get any action all through fucking basically kindergarten to senior year, and I'm not shooting up schools.
Exactly.
It made
That's
you
what we were
study
talking
them.
about.
It
We were
made you
talking
study
about
them,
that.
right? It didn't make you hate them. It made you study them, right?
Well, yeah, I was just like, all right,
You know,
cool,
yeah,
I'll-
you never
I'll
like
talk.
hate them. You just kind of resent them.
Yeah, so there's obviously something else extra with the incels that's making them actually going out to kill people. and things of that
Definitely
nature.
that militantness.
It's weird. But I think a lot of it is that I think it's happening on both ends with men and women, but women are not going around killing going out on shooting sprees and things of that nature because they have
They're smart
social
enough to
media.
Talk about it.
They also have social media to be able to work that out in terms of getting status and getting likes and things that.
Well,
make
social
themselves
media
feel better.
changes the game because you
Right.
guys didn't really grow up with social media.
Yeah, the
Well,
'90s.
we fostered it in.
Yeah,
MySpace.
we
Oh,
transitioned.
you guys had MySpace?
Yeah, we were MySpace.
We
my
fostered
age.
it in.
Yeah,
But yeah, but
simpler
like,
time.
simpler
but-
time, simpler time. Yeah.
But still a more complicated time. Like y'all didn't have to like code your backgrounds.
yeah, because
Remember that
You know
shit?
what I'm saying?
Put
Like,
a
yeah,
song that
yeah.
auto played.
Everybody knew how to code a little bit because you had to be able to
Yeah,
work your
you wanted a
page.
song to autoplay. You wanted like cool background.
You
You
had
want
to go
you
in
don't
and-
want the basic shit on
Yeah,
MySpace.
that's right.
You actually had to change the code of your shit. So like people were smarter. Sorry.
It's true.
no, yeah, I agree with that.
I
My
think social
generation's
media.
stupid.
I think social media has made it difficult because it brings options, unlimited, damn near, unlimited amount of options. So if you're a guy,
ways to feel bad too.
right? That's the other part, and then I think that's what's adding to the psychosis.
'Cause you
of
can see
them
all
wanting
the-
to hurt people.
You can see all the parties you're not invited to. with
Right.
social media.
That
That plays
right.
a-
That
like,
plays
All
a
the
part.
booties you can't clap.
Yeah.
all the booties you can't clap.
Well, and it's also just when you see how extreme, just like in general, like if you only your perception of America was online, like it would seem like it's literally like a war zone here and shit. And it's like
most
you
racist,
go out,
misogynist,
Warzone and then porno. Warzone and then porno. Like it's
Yeah.
bouncing between the two the entire time.
and then you go out and interact with people, and you're just like.
It's not like that.
it's not as like there's fucked up shit going on, but it's like they'd have you think that it's like you got to live in fear and terror constantly, and it's not that bad.
So the point is that I'm trying to drive at is that we need to update the way we interact with women. We need to update the way we attract women, because now we can't use those concepts or the ideas in the 50s and the 40s and things anymore. We have to use the concept that is open to us now, and you just gotta be a better man or a better person. You gotta have more skills to be able to pull women now versus in the past. And by the way, I want to just mention this one thing. This idea of you need a lot of money or you need to be good looking or you need to that's not true. That's not true at all.
Women don't give a shit about that.
They don't care about that. You can't protect them with a car. Maybe a little bit if she's in the car too. You can protect them a little bit, but for the most part, it's not. Yeah, okay. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. So I want to put that out, get that out the way for all you guys out there that's like, well, I don't have a nice car and I don't have a lot of money and things of that nature. That's fine.
Bro, we're stand-up comics.
Right. There's not a lot of money going around.
Not at the beginning. Not at the beginning.
So now I want to transition to the thing that we talked about in the first podcast, but it got cut out. So I want to talk about the 3 traits you need to be able to attract women. So the first thing is confidence.
Yeah,
I agree.
Confidence.
I agree.
But I'm going to define it. Confidence in oneself and in your abilities. And one more, confidence in your sexual appeal.
Yes.
Because confidence can mean, it's nebulous. It can mean anything. Confidence in what? So if you're going to approach women, the thing is that men lose, it's a mentality thing. Women are great at reading body language, especially faces in particular. If you are a nervous guy and you don't believe in yourself, they can see that in your posture and the way that you're looking at them, the way you talk, how you sound. So you need to change your mentality first.
Yeah, because it's very different to go up to a chick and be like, hey, like,
right, that's a great example.
Just wanted to say, I think you're really pretty, and be like, hey, you look pretty. Like, there's a big difference in that.
Right.
Yeah, like, who was with me the other day? I walked up, like, I think it was you, Daniel. Oh, a woman was walking past, I was like, you look very beautiful in that tonight. And Daniel jumped out, he's like, yo, why you gotta give her, like, why you giving her a compliment? I'm like,
I didn't say that.
What'd you say?
Because it was late at night and you're a big, tall black dude. And
did she
he
not
goes to
turn and appreciate it?
This white woman, and he's
She
like,
looked like the kind of chick that would scream rape.
yeah, well, like she looks like the kind of chick who will run from you. And then she goes,
Definitely.
Let her try.
He goes, hey, I like your dress. And then she turns around and then she goes like holds herself and she's like, yeah, thanks, and then kept on walking.
Yeah, she did not hold herself. She literally just turned around and said, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, she held her
She
purse
was
like
literally-
she held there's body language.
Nah. If anything, she thought Daniel was my bitch, so she wasn't holding her purse that hard.
Okay,
You know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
need Daniel alone. You need
Nah,
Daniel
he was
alone.
hopping in the front seat with me.
Don't try to
Look,
deflect the
everything-
fact
yeah,
that you
and
scared
deflect
this
everything.
woman.
He even
You're
tried to-
deflecting the fact
He
that you
even tried to
scared
hold
this
my
woman.
hand. She was not scared.
I wasn't
of me.
trying to hold your hand.
He's like, Daddy. I was like, oh,
Okay, let's not do that.
pumpkin.
That's too much.
Oh, pumpkin.
But the point is, you need to have that sort of confidence. That confidence is what helps you. You know what I'm saying? It's what gets you through. Because if you don't think you deserve a woman, are you okay, bro? Your lung is. Okay,
His blunts make me cough. My bong makes him cough.
right. So, okay, you good. You good.
Don't mind us. We're just
The
both
confidence,
dying
but
over
you
here.
need that. You absolutely need that sort of confidence, and more importantly than anything, you need the confidence in your sex appeal. The principle is this, right? Any woman you see, right? Let's say she's a 9 or a 10. You need to imagine that whatever you are, that's what she is. So if you're a 7 or you're a 6 or whatever, you need to imagine her that or less. You need to treat her as such, because that is what's going to come across to her that's very attractive, is that you don't care. And by the way, another thing, God damn, that even went in my lungs. The other thing too is the important, another principle is to always, no, I think I just forgot what I was going to say just now. Another thing you need to pay attention to is that if you're going to be a confident guy, you can't be worried about her reaction.
That's the biggest thing I'd say.
You cannot worry about her reaction, because the thing is, if you get worried about her reaction, she could see that. She'll see it in your body language. She'll see it on
Walk
your face.
into it assuming you're gonna get slapped,
It
and be
doesn't-
like, I don't get. Like,
I don't care.
I don't care about
I
it.
don't
Like,
care.
and because if that's what you just walk in and assuming that, like anything else is gonna be astronomically better
Right.
than that.
Right.
Because like, what are you gonna say that's gonna get you instantly slapped in the face? Nothing. And if like a woman can't slap you in the face just because you say something to her.
Right. Right.
So
She,
fuck
most
it.
likely she won't. By the way, most women won't.
And if you don't say anything, she's not gonna fuck you anyway. So it's you're really like, you know what I mean? You're gonna, if you look at it like, well, I'm gonna lose either way. Like, fuck it, I have nothing to lose because I'm gonna lose. Fuck it.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yup.
So at the end of the day, whatever. This is why I want to get back to the history, because I think a lot of guys have this one-itis where they look at one woman and say, I want her, and that's it. And then if they don't get her, it's like, oh my God, I didn't get my wife and things like. No, you can't look at it like that. You got to look at it as this may become something. Take a shot, and if she proves herself to be a soldier, then you move on to the next stage of your relationship with her. But outside of that, you just need to keep getting out there, make connections and things of that nature, and build your confidence. Because every time you win a woman over, in terms of attracting her, you build her confidence.
And be honest, man. Be honest.
Yeah.
Don't trap yourself.
Yeah, be righteous. Be righteous.
And this is the thing I'm noticing too with a lot of I can only really talk to white guys because really all I've noticed it with is
There
like
you go. Do it.
it's like nowadays they've almost been, I don't know if it's because of like feminism or what it is, but they've been bitched up to a point where they're very emotionally driven now. Like
Well, I would say this. Like, I would say, like, I agree that, like, white America's white American male have been kind of demasculated a little bit.
yeah, like they're
On every level. Like, literally, they're, like, just think about this. Like, you've had a certain amount of power your entire life. And now at every turn you have to either be submissive
Apologize.
or underplay your power or apologize for it. Like, bro, that's demasculating as hell. And like, what are you apologizing for? Existing?
And
You didn't do any of this.
right.
Yes, you already beneficiary of it, but you didn't do any of this. It has to be hard on the ego. You know what I mean? So like that has to be hard. I mean, everybody's pushing everyone else except for you.
Don't you think in the like, for example, in the black community, we've sort of done the same thing with empowering our women to the point like seeing them as gods and things of that nature, and queens and all that.
I wouldn't find. I don't see
Yes
the joke directly
and
equivalent.
no.
Yeah, it's not
Yes
direct
and
equivalent.
no. Because black women are independent.
Very
The most independent. And like for like black women here, that stems from slavery because they're just ripped apart from their family, and, like everyone else.
That, and I mean
And
the
then-
public system that's also discredited them at every turn.
Yeah, because I see this as a problem with all men, no matter what culture they're in, and things of that nature. So that's why I wanted to bring up our people also.
well, and it's like in a man, we talk about it all the time. It's like a man's nature is to want to fuck initially, and it's like I feel like so many of these like guys that I know, their motivation is like, like I know guys, and I'm not gonna say like their
I know
names or
it's a
anything, that are
question.
like and you know who I'm talking about, but it's like they're like I can't. I don't do one night. This guy's like, I don't do one night stands. I can't fuck a girl unless I'm like in love with her, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And that just sounds like some woman shit to me. Like,
No, I mean,
inherently, like that's not how a man
The
feels
fact
on
of
his
the matter
nature level.
is there are so many people out here that there are bound to be people born with like, I mean, opinions that are contrary to the mass.
But I'm
You know
seeing
what I
it
mean?
more and more in like a lot of these white guys, and I think it's a correlation to the fact that like women have demasculated them to the point where they and how they don't know how to talk to women.
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it's that and the fact that people are actually able to be who they are nowadays. They don't have to project a different image or a tougher image, so they don't feel like they need to.
Yeah, do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
that's
if
fair.
that's really the way you are, like that's kind of the age we're in. Because like, if he wants to go buck wild, this is the age that nobody's gonna blame him for it as long as he's straight up and honest about it. So if he's being honest and he's like, I need to have feelings, bro. He happens to have a magical dick. It works with feelings. Most of our dicks don't work with feelings, so just respect him for his dick working with feelings and leave that shit alone.
Yeah, but how does that?
All right,
I see what you're
his
saying because
dick
it's working for him.
It is. He's happy. He seems to be.
I don't know. I don't know if he's happy. Or not.
And would he be honest about being happy? And could you
To
press
be
him on it?
honest,
question.
at least the person that I'm thinking of, it feels phony.
Why?
Just even direct changes, like they're the kind of person that they dressed a certain way, and then the moment they started dating the person they're dating now, immediately, like next day, changed their almost wardrobe immediately.
Oh, he's one of those.
Yeah, and I'm saying like that kind of person is what I'm seeing more and more of in like these
He's a weak
emotional white
person.
guys.
Then in that, I would just say that person is a weak personality. In that set, if they instantly morph in or are molded by the person they're with,
Right.
and
They're
they
dependent.
can't stand to themselves.
Yeah, they're emotionally dependent.
They're exactly. They're a morphic or emotionally dependent person, and there are a lot of people like that in the world.
And that's what I'm seeing more and more of is that kind of thing.
I mean, that's also indicative of a guy with mommy issues.
You could have mommy issues and be emotionally independent.
No,
You can't.
I don't think
How do
so.
you wait?
I don't think so.
How do you?
I don't think you
How do you?
can.
How do you mean?
Because
how do you mean in terms of mommy
you
issues?
know how,
do you mean like has a problem with their mom or has a deep
No.
affiliation for their mom?
what is mommy issues, by the way? Explain that.
Yeah, like
explain that further.
Like they.
So there could be two. So the overly breastfed child.
Okay.
I know you guys know what I mean by that. The overly attached child.
Right.
That's a mommy issue.
Yeah, it's what Irish
Then
is
there's the no mommy issue. That's also a mommy issue. Both cause you to overly search for affection. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me that your dick is run on affection in either of those situations. You understand what I mean? Because that's the way that, I mean, maybe you're kind of aroused by that. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's played into your arousal system.
But people are a lot of things at one
Weird,
time.
bro. It's weird.
But people are a lot of things at one time anyway, and just in general.
And some people can be simplistic. Not everybody has to be
But
that.
just because you have mommy issues doesn't mean you cannot have a stable relationship or
No,
be able to.
but maybe this
that's
is
what I'm
his
saying.
way of having a stable
But
relationship.
that's a stable relationship.
It's
It's
a
him
stable
saying,
relationship.
yeah, it's him saying, I don't want to fuck unless I really have feelings for you and I like
And
love
bro,
you.
I would argue
That's
that it's
the-
more stable if
I was about to say.
if he's morphing to whatever they want.
Oh, never mind. That's
Because
not.
that's what he's doing in every situation. And
Right.
it
Not-
would be
that's
more,
not
it wouldn't
really-
be honest, but it'd be more stable.
Well, and,
Yeah,
and,
it's not
No.
righteous.
and
It
the-
wouldn't be
and-
righteous, exactly.
And the
That's
weird
what-
thing too is is they do that, and I've called them out on it, and they go like, "Oh, this is how I always was," and I'm like, "Well, in my head, I go, you weren't like that, so either you were phony before, like you know what I mean? It's like, well, were you just like phony up until this
Right, I
point?
see
Now
what
this
you're
is
saying,
really who you
yeah,
are, or are you like not who you are now, and before was who you are?"
See, anybody that's ever done that to me in the past, I've legitimately just cut off. Like, I'm not one to play. Like, I
mean, it doesn't
like, y'all
affect
have met me.
me.
Like, we've all met within the last year.
Yeah,
Right.
How brutally honest of an individual am I?
very.
Like, so, like, am I willing to restrict the person I am?
Right.
No, am I ever
No.
am I ever willing to?
Not most of the time, 99% yes, but there's 1% where you do hold
Yeah.
back a little bit.
I have to. I
Yeah,
have
right.
to.
Just
because-
socially, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to be formal.
When we're in
Yeah,
the when we're in
yeah.
the green room at a club.
Right, right. The reason why I'm bringing this part up because I think the second thing you need to be able to attract women in this modern day is masculinity. So I'm gonna just read it.
And
out.
that is not like. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so like being an alpha male and alpha male. See the thing, alpha male. We think of animals when we think of alpha male, like for example, like the leader of the pack and something like that, or
you think of like
pride,
or
lion's pride.
So like society would have you think like on a greater sense, like when people go alpha male, they go, oh, like douchey frat boy.
Right, or LeBron James is an alpha male,
Yeah.
or Donald Trump is an alpha male because he's the president of the United States and things of that nature. Yes, that's the example. But you don't. That's not what I mean when I say an alpha male. Alpha male is just somebody that's you're on your own and you get it on your own.
Yep.
That's all that it means.
You're
Because
master
for humans,
master of your own world.
right? Because we have multiple hierarchies in our human societies, so there's different. So, for example, if you like, for example, you want to play basketball, right?
Yep.
You wasn't able to play basketball to the level that you are. So now you did engineering,
Yep.
and now that didn't work out as well.
That didn't give me the satisfaction. I
Okay, it
wanted.
just didn't give you the satisfaction, but you could have done well in that. Now you're doing comedy. So the thing is, as you go through life trying to figure out, and this is something for young men in particular, like Daniel, for example, whatever you're gonna choose to do in life, just pick something that you can be good at, or you love, you enjoy doing.
Yeah, I would say love is a
And
better.
then right, because then you could move higher in that hierarchy and become an alpha male in that hierarchy.
Well, and that's the thing. There's so many cases of people just doing shit like, let me go pursue this because it'll pay well, and like, you know, that'll only get you happy to a certain point. Like I know
That's what I did with engineering.
I have a friend that went to URI for engineering, and he worked it for a couple of years, and then he was just like, I'm fucking miserable doing this, and he's like now I'm like the guy that makes the beats for all my shit and like all the segments. Like that's he was like, I want to do music and shit, and you can hear his beats, they're fucking fire shit, and I'm like, yeah, dude, do that shit. Yep. Like, yeah, you're not gonna make as much money, but like if you're happy doing it, who gives a fuck?
That's
like
the key right there.
And that's kind of the whole mantra of money can't buy happiness.
And that's the thing. Like a lot of guys are searching for money, searching for women that are chasing money, and like which causes them to chase money and not happiness, which then the woman ends up complaining about you not being happy, and you can't find a way to be happy because you're only trying to produce money, which is not your source of happiness. Bro, just be honest.
Let's talk about
be righteous.
Great thing you just brought that up.
By the way, we need like an epiphany jingle or
something
kind of
like that.
We're gonna have to get a drop that's just like whenever we have like fucking righteous moments that happen like that.
Right. There's several types of different women, but we're gonna focus mainly on two. There's high level women. There's lower level women. Higher level women are women who are high achieving.
Well, let's just start.
Educated.
Let's start here. There are high level people and lower level people.
But we're heterosexuals talking about women. So
no, I know. Let's just say that in general. Because
but
I know there's a lot of people that like to take shit personally.
Yeah, but
so right now we're talking about high level people and low level people. Specifically
women,
in this one, we're talking about high level women and low level women.
In terms of going after different types of women.
I just want to shore this up.
Okay, I understand, Mr.
They want to be.
Don't want to gender anything.
I don't want to be misconstrued. Forget being misconstrued. Listen to the conversation.
Yeah, but we said it up front that we're heterosexuals and we're talking about women.
Just reminding him.
Higher level women they could get it on their own in our own society. They get to
boss bitches, as I like.
Yeah, boss bitches.
As I like to call them, boss bitches. No,
and then there's lower level women where they need a baller. They need somebody that is more educated than them, that has more money than them, more resources, things of that nature. That needs to be higher.
I call that the everyday woman.
Mm-hmm. Typical woman.
You can say typical woman. I rather call them because there's women that's between them that don't really care.
There's also
that much.
Yeah, that's the everyday.
But
every
they
day
need
is
you to make a little bit of money, but not.
And there's also high-ranking women that are typical too.
Right, they're typical the same way too. So it's really like 4 groups pretty much in that. But I'm just gonna focus on 2. Right. So they're 30 scale. So I'm just gonna focus on 2. So it's about the type of woman you go after also. So you gotta remember that too when you get out there. You know what I'm saying? What are you looking for? You gotta have an aim. And then the last thing that's needed is social intelligence, a.k.a. sense of humor, being able to make a woman laugh and things of that nature.
Yes.
Be able to make anything funny, pretty much. Just as comics, we call it riffing, just being able to riff and just be quick. And
if you can't do that, find something else that they like and really, become good at that. You know what I'm saying? If that's not, if laughter is not your specialty, because it's not everyone.
Yeah, it's not everyone.
It's not everyone's ability, but how... You could learn jokes to tell if you can't write on your own.
Doesn't make them funny.
Yeah, but then you sound corny.
And then you have to rely on your delivery.
Maybe.
And
but it's almost the same thing as like talking to women. Like people's like
get better at it.
You got you got to get over the fear of saying something that's probably gonna bomb, and also like you got to building that speed of like, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that think of funny shit, but then it's like 2 minutes after when it would be funny, so then they're like, oh fuck, but it's like that's part of the game is building that muscle.
Yeah, because we got funnier over time.
Yes, definitely.
And that's because we just kept working at it, and that's how comedy works.
Or even you think it fucking like Heckle Fest, how fast Emmett in particular in Austin, they were like
Emmett's hilarious.
Emmett and Austin were so fucking quick. Where you're just like fuck, you're like I need another 30 seconds to come up with something good enough to come back to that. Fuck.
So you could develop a comedic brain, is what I'm saying.
You can, but not everybody can.
Yes, not everybody can. Well, obviously,
not everybody will learn.
You can't
to
pick
ride
up every woman. Obviously, you can't be confident all the time. Obviously, there's all these things. But the idea is that you want to pursue something that you can do that good enough, not perfectly. That's not the goal. Perfection is unattainable for the most part. So just be content with good enough. And then hopefully,
I'm never content with good enough. I'm going for perfect all the time.
That's the world that we live in.
I'm a different animal.
So now, what do you guys want to add anything to that, to those 3 traits or anything like that, or say anything more before?
No, I think you covered it. I mean, because to me,
pretty much how it's always been.
Yeah.
I would say know who you are. Know who the hell you are.
Most people don't know who they are.
As close as
that's what confidence is knowing who you are.
It's being okay.
It's close, but it's not exactly
it's
what
just belief.
That's what confidence is.
Confidence is just belief.
You're okay with yourself. You're honest with yourself, and you're like.
You don't have to be honest to be confident.
Yeah, you kind of do. Then it's
Yo.
fake confidence. Someone who's lying to themselves that, oh, I'm a confident dude.
Tell
And
that
get
to a
up there,
con artist.
you can see through it.
Tell that to a con artist. They work on all
And
confidence.
yeah, and then they get
lies.
confident at being confident about faking being confident. That's what a con artist is. A con artist
So
still
you can
has
be confident
confidence.
and lie. Yeah, exactly. That's my
But they
point. You
know
don't have
what
to be
they're
honest
yeah,
to be
but they're
confident.
confident in their
They
lives.
actually are confident. That's
They're
what he's
just
saying.
confidence. You're just saying you're thinking you could just someone you can see it all the time when someone fakes being confident. You can see through that veil of it. You see it with like stand up too when someone tries to overcompensate with like being like energy and stuff like that. You can still see that like oh that person's
That
not
made me
confident.
think of one name in particular. I'm not gonna say
You can
it.
still
though.
go
Thank you.
through.
Thank you. Don't. Because
So
I know
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You don't like you can't real confidence. You can't fake that.
You
when
can't
you're
fake it.
confident with yourself.
You gotta have it. It's essential. It's essential if you want to attract women. All right. So in the next segment, we're gonna be looking at some videos, and then we're gonna comment on these videos, give some commentary, mostly relationship related. Obviously, women, men, and things of that nature. I think this time the ones I have is more about women. I think, but
We'll
yeah,
call this Guerby's vids, yo.
Gerb vids.
Gerb vids. Guerby's vids.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Your teeth, you scrapers. You scrape, you forget about your wisdoms. You get all excited and you forget about your wisdoms. I got a lot of male friends. Y'all can't suck dick. They told me that. They told me that. So, whatever. And they also said you need to work on your arches. Your arches. You could put a bowl of motherfucking cereal on my arch. I would show you, but that's whole shit. Like, we ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Like, we not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. It's your wisdoms. Put the dick to the back of the throat minus the teeth. It's your wisdoms. And stop doing all that little, they don't like that. All that for the looks of it. Don't nobody like that shit. You could wham that motherfucker if you want on your face for dramatics. But for the most part, to the back. You feel me? Just like we did on the back of the bus. You know what I'm saying? Black history, back of the bus. Dick to the back of the throat minus the teeth. You're welcome.
Okay, fellas, do we agree on her advice?
Well, do you want to hear? You watch Deion Cole's new special?
Yeah.
He has a funny bit where he
Yeah,
says if you're
that's
sucking,
closing bit. Yeah, it's
pinch your
hilarious.
nose. If it's too toothy.
She picks you up, she cups you by the ass.
Oh, not even that's the fat black
Yeah,
black
yeah.
woman. No, but I'm saying like if she's sucking your dick and it's too toothy,
Right.
he's saying while she's doing it, just pinch her nose and
Yeah,
she has
she
nowhere
has
else to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, there you go, it's an easy solution.
So we could just go around the room. How do you, Daniel?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
I don't really.
Good advice, bad advice. Is she?
I mean, she looks like she knows what she's talking about.
She,
She looks like she's well versed. I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert on this.
have you gotten head before?
No. So that's why I'm
There
asking.
you go.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
I've
Fair.
given,
Honest. There you go.
but I haven't. Yeah.
We need to change that, by the
I've
way.
given.
Don't
Wait,
be
that's
giving
not
them out
fair.
if
No
you like it.
reciprocation.
Right.
That's what that's what.
Wow, your negotiation skills suck.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta work
Yeah,
on
if there
that.
was a hostage situation, they'd be dead.
Yeah,
Dead.
Yeah, that was my first thought. You
Daniel.
can't
Daniel.
negotiate, nigga.
They
How'd
be
you
dead.
lose that?
Can you please explain how this
Oh,
happened?
Yeah,
I'm a loving guy. I haven't told this joke around. I have a joke about
No, bro, let's
it.
go.
What?
It's essentially
Right.
Yeah, bro.
What?
It's essentially.
Nobody smoking, nigga.
Well, I've been smoking. I got tape to
He
back it up.
coughing now.
I got tape to back it up.
Yeah,
No, so it's
How
back.
how many chicks have you fucked?
How many chicks?
How many have the
Roughly.
No. How many have you eaten out? Because he hasn't been eating.
That's
You
fine.
haven't,
Just
you haven't
one.
gotten any.
One.
Just
Okay.
one.
Okay.
And she didn't suck your dick back?
Ooh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, so it was like this. It was
this girl
like
considered
it was like
quote-unquote
we're
a
about.
girlfriend?
Let him tell the story.
It was like so. We're in my 1995 Nissan Sentra.
Shit's older than you.
Yeah, that shit can drink. And I can't.
Yo.
No stock jokes. No stock jokes.
Yeah, 1995 Nissan Sentra, and we're like in the mall parking lot, and then what's it called? Yeah, she was like about to head for work, and then we were kind of like cuddling in the seat, and then I was just like, "Hey, fuck it, like, can I?" And I was like, "Yeah," and then she had to like go right after that. So, yeah.
So no point did she text and says it's gonna be my turn or anything like that. She just disappeared.
No, there was like, yeah, next time we meet, and then, but I ghosted her, cause like this was like right before I came up to Boston. This is like right before I came up to
You
Boston.
can't allow that.
I mean, yeah, I could. Like, it was not like what's it called? It's not like I couldn't have gotten any. Like if you read those text messages,
She was ready.
it was all It was, no, there was some. It was like I don't know how far I want to get, but she was like she would say shit like what's it called? Like, oh, if you got me pregnant, I'll be okay with it. And I was like, what? I'm like, I'm good. I'm not trying to get anyone pregnant. So,
That is scary.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, so it's like there's
You
no
dodged a bullet.
Yeah,
You dodged a
We have
bullet.
asked Daniel that question. Like I feel all types of sensitive now.
Now you feel all types of sensitive. Anybody else? Anyone else want to share?
I
Agree? Do you think it's good advice? Not good-
100% on the arching thing. A lot of
Yes,
chicks do
yes.
not know how to fucking arch their back, and it's infuriating.
I
Tilt
agree
your
on that.
fucking ass up.
I agree on that.
Tilt your ass up. It's that simple.
Learn the angles. You're ready to learn the angles on a face pic, but
Now,
you can't, on
the
a
only-
selfie. But
The only reason I can't speak too much to the teeth thing is the only time I ever got a toothy blowjob was this one chick I dated in high school, and I was like her first everything. And so I literally had to like
teach.
Yeah, and so like at first like I got that, but every other chick I've been with knows how to suck dick, so it hasn't been a problem. But so I'd say more for the most part, yes, I agree with her for the most part.
I mean, so I agreed with the arch with Irish, but I feel like she was speaking more to like a face fuck than like a dick suck.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean? Like she was talking like the whole thing about how like hers was all the way to the back. I like that's cool.
Yeah.
But like the head needs some love too.
You need some,
And, like,
you need some
like,
build up.
You
And
know what I'm
some,
saying? Like there needs to be like some fluctuation. It can't be just all the way to the back. Like
she's right. I don't like just the little licking thing, but if that's like part of like a greater means of
You know what I'm
action that's
saying?
happening, like that like builds the like pace going up and down.
So like she
I-
sounds like she just like sits there and like
her mouth is
that's
a
cool,
pocket
but
pussy.
yeah. That's what she sounds like. So I agree but disagree. Like there has to be more to your technique than just all the way to the back. Like
Well, my problem with like I think she's a soldier, obviously.
Oh, for sure
She's
she's a
doing the
soldier.
service. She's doing the service out here. Letting these women know do not.
The back arch alone was
the
like,
back
you
arch
sold
is,
me.
yeah,
lady.
right, golden. But it's like you need to suck.
yes.
That's the
yes.
emphasis on suck.
Hey, thank you.
Right.
She's talking about just wow.
Right.
That's not.
That's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
You
but
know, like,
that's not
yeah,
gonna get the job
That's
done.
not the full technique, yo. That's not the full technique.
All right, next video.
Slacking on her technique, yo.
Slacking on the technique.
it's the fundamentals.
Yeah,
It's
man.
that Tim Duncan shit.
She had never got the fundamentals.
Bank
down.
it off the glass.
All right.
What's up?
Did you know you told me you loved me for the first time yesterday?
What?
Yeah.
This girl's fucking crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna start on this one. I couldn't fucking stand that shit.
Fucking crazy.
How does he go from "What's up" to "This bitch is fucking crazy"? Like, like that's a very big like 180 right there. Like,
All right, my my question is like, is he sloppy for doing like getting caught like
man,
that?
he messy as hell.
Yeah, he is.
Messy as hell.
Why does she have a key to his house?
If
Right.
he's that messy, he's messy as hell.
If you're gonna be bringing other bitches to your place, you
Boom.
can't be giving a key to
Drop one of
another
Clue's
chick.
bombs on him.
Right, right. You gotta be. The point of this is you gotta be honest. If you cannot be with only one woman, you gotta tell her from up front. So that way, when things like this doesn't happen,
And also, like,
because he's lying to both women at the same
Yeah.
damn time.
Dude.
one of them's got to be in on it at
Right,
least.
right.
At least
Maybe.
one of them's got to
I
be.
think
in
he
on it.
lies to
Nah,
both
he
of
lied
them.
to both of them. The
He
other
lied
one
to
was
both-
like, "What?"
Like they should all be in on it, but if you're gonna be a scumbag, one of them needs to be in on it.
Yeah, because she kind of like walked right to the room. Like there was no like hesitation.
Bro.
It was like I know what I'm like. She was filming it too prior, so yeah, they're both in on it.
Like, because it didn't even seem like they were in mid-action or anything. Like they seemed like
It
they were
was pillow
cuddling,
talk.
and she
Yeah.
was way too ready to walk into that room. Like, what? Like,
Or
Yeah,
maybe
she went
they heard the door and
straight-
then try to pretend.
she went
Maybe she
straight
maybe
to
she
that
heard
room.
them fucking and wanted to flick her bean first. Who knows?
Who knows? Flicker bean. But it's
Play
just like.
vagina DJ.
But the point of the
Guys, have balls enough to be honest.
be honest. Yeah, be honest. Be honest.
If
If you can't
if
be,
you ain't a one woman guy, be honest.
Be
Man,
honest.
there's no reason for you to be out here.
there's no reason for you to lie to a woman.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why? Yeah.
There's
like,
no reason.
Yeah, you missed out on a lot of women, but like, bro, at least you like everybody can live a happy life.
There's billions of them, so
Dude,
it's fine. You're gonna be fine.
not
It's
everyone is out here looking for a relationship. Find
Yeah.
someone that ain't doing that and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, be honest. Be honest. No reason to lie.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Just be a man.
Be a man.
Be honest.
What when did we become Cuban hosts?
Be a man.
Next video.
It's a new character he's working
It's a new
on.
character. What we're gonna call this one?
Amarillo con claves. Con
Oh my
morales,
god.
mocaron,
Oh
mocoto,
my god. Oh my god.
mocate.
Okay, so before we start this video,
yeah.
before we start this video, I want to talk. So this is an example of confidence. So this is what this video is about. So I want you to pay attention to the brother that's not on this on the image right
I
now.
know this. I know this.
Okay, go ahead, play it. This is the kind of confidence I'm talking about.
Me level of confidence in the background. This is me level of confidence in the background. Yup. Look at them titties. Look at that. All of him be titties. Look at that. All of him dancing. All of him dancing. Not one bit of him not dancing. Oh! Yep. And he wants me to think he's this fast. He wants me to think he's this fast. Yo.
Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. You got sorry, yeah. Okay.
But that's the level of confidence I'm
hilarious.
talking about.
That's
with the
hilarious.
tatas out, with the
I got that level.
You
I
got that level of
I
confidence,
got
that
that
level
level.
of
Bro,
confidence.
you think I don't got that level? Don't make me show you.
yeah.
No,
It's
don't make me show you. That's a threat
it's
right there.
That's the kind of confidence you need to have, just like that. That you don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't care. At the end of the night, so what if you have to go home and jerk your dick? So what?
Right. So what?
So fucking
I agree.
what?
So what? There's enough porn out there.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to do it last night. So
You learn to love to jerk
You gotta
your
love
dick.
yourself.
You gotta at them next time.
If
bro.
you can't
gotta
love yourself, who can?
gotta
It
at
is-
them.
You
It
can't
is.
love yourself, who the fuck can?
Yeah.
it just was something I had to do. Okay. It
You
just,
can't tickle your
it
balls,
didn't
who the
work
fuck
out.
can?
Last night didn't work out the way I wanted to work out. Let's move on. Next
People
video.
lying and shit.
Let's move on. It is.
Why?
it
What
is.
happened last night?
Let's
Someone
move on.
lied.
Let's move on.
Someone
Men
fucking
lie,
lied.
people
Somebody
lie.
lied. It's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
Now,
who's this guy?
This is Sean Connery,
Sean Connery.
007.
00.
I just want you guys. Okay, this might. I don't know. I want to see how you react to this. But yeah, go ahead and play the video.
Wait, have you never seen this clip?
I've never seen this.
Okay, great. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna
Oh
join
my,
it together.
this is amazing.
This is amazing. This
Have
is
you ever
awesome.
seen this clip?
No.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
great. Okay.
You got baby.
You
This
did an interview in which you said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist, it's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
real serious, real
Yeah.
fast.
And
I didn't love that.
haven't changed my opinion.
You have.
No, not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's
it
bad,
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
Or what would merit it?
Well, if you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this, they can't leave it alone. They don't want to have the last word, and you give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last word. They want to say it again, and get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right.
Or what would...
So, do we agree or disagree with Sean Connery?
I disagree strongly.
You should never hit a woman.
Why?
Well,
You should never hit a woman.
Step back.
Justification,
I'm stepping back off of
There
that
are
one.
reasons.
Justify.
Step
The
back
Bill
off of
Burr,
that one.
bit. Like there are reasons, but no, you should never.
Nah, like I'm
should
sorry.
never.
You pick up a weapon against me, I'm slugging. I don't care who you are. You could be a baby.
I'm not talking.
You could be a
that. Let's
baby.
be-
You
That's-
pick up a weapon
let's
against
just
me.
say
But
there's
that's a reason to hit a woman,
You
though.
just said
Like,
there's no
I don't
reason.
care.
If you're
I
about
don't
to
care
get
if you're a
killed, if you're
baby.
about to
I
get
don't care if
killed,
you're
I
a
thought
baby.
we-
I'm
I thought
slugging
What
you,
if you're
bro.
not about to get killed?
I
What
thought
if
we
she's
were
just about to
logical.
like smack
I
you with
thought
a
we were
bat or
logical.
something?
Bro, it doesn't
Then
matter,
you
dog.
then grab the bat.
You've never heard of a 10-year-old killing somebody
grab
before?
the bat.
You've never heard of a 10-year-old killing
Grab the
somebody
bat.
before?
First of all,
Well,
you-
she smacks you a couple
If you're in that type of situation, there are many situations
then
where you hurt
leave.
somebody.
Then you leave.
You leave if you
need a
can,
bigger-
and if you
yeah.
can't,
What if she punches you in the face a couple times?
You leave.
What if she's really skilled?
First of all,
what if
you
she's
hit
skilled
back-
at
if you
jujitsu
hit-
and she
you-
puts you in a hold?
Yeah, if you gotta tap out. No, first of all,
See, no. Notice this. There's a difference between a situation where you would hit somebody and a situation where it would warrant hitting somebody. Understand that difference.
You just
No.
walk out.
To have the opinion that women should never be hit, you're not giving the fact that they're a human being. You're not acknowledging that they're a human being. You're giving them you're putting them on some pedestal that's unreal. Nobody should hit anybody.
All right,
If anybody's at a point where
we're
they're
talking
endangering
about
someone else,
relationship. We're talking about like relationship, right?
He was just talking in general. He was not talking specifically in a relationship. He said if you give the woman the last word and she keep going, you smack it. That's what he said. He didn't say, "Oh, my wife." He didn't say my girlfriend. No, he just said a woman. A woman.
Yeah.
No, bro. Like a human being. If any human being endangers another person, that warrants being struck.
Because it's not this. Look, you are 6'4", big old dude.
So for me to feel
What
threatened,
woman?
it takes a lot. So if I feel threatened, I'm striking. Period. It takes a lot for me to feel threatened. So if you brought it to that level,
yeah.
what did you do?
But
you
it's
have
not
to
good.
just-
But I don't care what you're saying. You're not going to
It
get
don't
the
matter.
benefit of the doubt in court or
The fact of the
whatever.
matter is,
I don't care
I'm
what you
6'4". Once you pick up a weapon, that neutralizes that. I'm hitting you. Once you pick up a weapon against anybody, it neutralizes their size. I'm hitting you.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
It neutralizes size. A bat is definitely
A 6 foot. Okay, so the average woman's what, 5'6" or something?
And I'm just supposed to assume she doesn't have proper swinging
5'6".
technique. I'm not going to assume shit. She picked up a
Grab.
weapon. All rules out.
I agree. Like I agree. You got to defend yourself. I agree with that.
Will. I'm not
I agree with that.
Like
If someone hits,
I'm 6'4".
if
A punch
she-
from a woman 5 foot something ain't gonna do something to me.
Once
you pick up a
if
weapon,
she-
you've changed the dynamic.
If she, because I'm talking relationship.
Respect yourself.
Relationship,
Respect
you
yourself.
should never.
Respect yourself. No, if someone picks up a weapon in any situation,
Relationship.
respect yourself. First.
Yeah, but you can still walk out of
Nah,
that.
bro. Respect yourself first.
You got to read the situation. Because I see, I don't know.
Because the reason why I asked this question is because I think our society does a great job of protecting women in our society. But then you have situations like this where you said there's no reason to. Obviously, somebody's attacking you and things of that nature.
If you're
But
getting
you don't even
attacked,
okay, that's what.
yeah.
But even in disrespect,
And you feel
wouldn't
like your
allow a
life
man
is
to
on the
disrespect
line.
you like that, but you allow a woman to disrespect.
If your
you
life,
I would never hit a
if
woman
your
for
life,
disrespect.
if your life is on the line, yeah, hit them back.
I'm not hitting anybody
no,
for disrespect. I'm
no,
a
yeah,
mercy.
but you just talk about equality. That's why I brought that up.
Yeah, I mean,
You
no,
would smack
I,
a guy for disrespecting you, correct?
See, this is what people get.
I've done it only once. I really don't do that.
Okay, so it's not something that's in your nature anyway. Okay,
yeah, like
that's the only reason why I brought it up. By the way,
because you said
because I agree with you.
you said equality. Like the thing people get confused is like we got to be 100% equal on both sides. It's more we should
So
stop
once you
focusing.
pick up a weapon,
we
it's
should
no
stop
longer
focusing.
Equal, so whatever you get is what you get.
We should stop focusing on quality and focus more on like respect. And you should respect me and like just hitting.
So if it's
any
respect-
guy, the average dude is gonna be way bigger than a female.
I put it to you
and
like
you could
this.
you could kill a female with your
I
punch.
put it to you
a lot
like
quicker
this.
than she
I
can
put it to
kill
you like this. Would you ever in the wilderness walk up to a lion and just deck it?
No.
Because you have respect that it could fucking kill you, right?
Yeah.
So for a person to walk up to another person that they know could harm them and just hit them, this respect is all out the window. So you're not speaking from a level
but you're
of respect.
but yeah, a woman is not a lion. She's not.
That's not the part of the no. The man.
But what's your
he's
point?
the man's
What's
the
your
lion.
point? Because you were comparing.
The man is the lion in
The
that
man's the lion.
situation.
He's the man's
Why
lion.
would you knowing full well that this person could beat you up? Why are you putting yourself in that situation?
Yeah, but then you. Gotta,
Nobody should be hitting anybody.
Yeah,
For
that's
the same
true.
for the
no
same
one should be
exact
hitting
reason.
anybody.
You're saying
Nobody
because
should
he's a
hit
man
anybody.
and a man should not hit a woman because
But
they're
her-
stronger,
but her-
then she shouldn't
but
start
her-
it for the same exact
But her,
reason.
Her hit. Yeah, it's like a lion.
still
taking-
trying to explain her
a
hit.
lion. A lion. I'm not trying to say she should
So when
hit.
you slap a lion, you'd be like, he didn't slap you that hard, Mr. Lion. You shouldn't have eaten him like that. Like, are you serious? That's gonna be your excuse? Mr. Lion, he didn't hit you that hard. Like, are you serious?
Again, but you guys, like, I don't care what you say. The court of law is still going. You're still going.
No, bro, you're allowed to defend yourself in the court of law.
Nah,
You are. No,
I don't
you are.
care what
Against
you-
anybody.
You
Against
can,
anybody.
Yeah, but you can say that, but you're still going to get
You're not.
taken.
You're
doing
not.
time.
You're not. You're not.
My belief is that you should never allow anyone to have that much control. or
Yeah,
power
no
over
one,
you emotionally.
and like this is where you guys are getting confused. You're thinking I'm saying that she can hit, like she can hit you. No, no one should be hitting anybody. But
There is a point
But
in which everybody should
her
be decked.
her slap you should not be a bitch. And if you got slapped, you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta hit you back now. What are you, 3 years? That's what 3-year-olds do. If I hit you, like,
No, bro,
it's
but
my
I
turn to
am
hit
as
you
a
back.
6'4" male. I am pressing charges. You slap me, I am pressing charges.
you're going,
Bro, because I'm not a punching bag. You understand? If you want to fight, let's set up a fight. We can fight. But if you just want to be slapped, I'm not a fucking punching bag. Because you see my size, you automatically assume you can abuse me. Fuck you.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah, so don't speak from that perspective because nobody's a punching bag. So nobody's allowed to be hitting anybody.
no one-
I'm pressing charges. I might not
There
strike
you
back,
go.
but I'm pressing charges.
And there you go.
So for you to look at me that sideways
So
like
you're-
that, like, no, that's crazy.
so
Yeah, I'm
you're-
a 6'4" man that will
you're
press charges against
you're
a 5
agreeing-
foot
You're
woman
agreeing with
for
my
hitting
statement.
me.
You're agreeing with my statement. Is that
I
you
wouldn't hit them
shouldn't
back. Once you pick up a
shouldn't
weapon, I'm decking you.
There you go. But my point was like, just walk away, be the bigger person.
Yeah,
Walk
yeah.
away
Until you
before-
pick up a weapon,
walk
though, it's
away
not
before the
walk away
situation.
anymore because your range is
Walk
different.
away.
Your intent is different. Everything is different once you pick up a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's my whole point in it. I'm defending myself to the death if you pick up a weapon. You hitting me, I can see very few ways in which you're gonna harm me. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Once you pick up a weapon, all I see is the harm.
I know, but still,
I'm gonna put you down.
Still, I still, if a 5 foot,
It don't matter the size. You
a
pick up a
5
weapon,
foot-
it changes everything. You're 7 foot.
well, no, because I'm talking. That's very different. If a 7 foot
Doesn't matter.
dude
You
picked
pick
up a
weapon, you're
bat,
7 foot. It
a
doesn't matter.
7 foot dude picked up a bat. That's a lot
I'm
different
grabbing
than
a
like
bazooka and I'm
a
hitting that
5
dude.
a 5 foot
Bazooka.
one.
But if we're gonna talk about equality, is that equal?
No, mine's
No,
more
wait,
equal
no.
than his.
Yeah, because it's either equal or it isn't.
Mine's
What
more
you're
equal than
saying
his.
isn't
You see what I'm
equal.
saying?
That's why
putting
I'm
him on a-
saying.
He's
That's
putting
why
him on a pedestal.
No, that's why.
You are.
No, listen. Stop. Like, listen. That's why I said we got like what I said earlier. Stop focusing on the equality, and it's more about like respecting someone up front because you're respecting the size difference.
I'm gonna let you guys argue this because
I was-
think
There's
the
no.
size
I have
How,
not to
how
argue.
is it respect though if you put
Because
your hands on someone?
again, it's not. No one should be
All right,
hitting.
can we have a
No
count
one
here?
should be
Who's
hitting.
on Daniel's side of this argument?
No one be. I don't care who's on my side.
No, I just want to
know-
see who sees your point of view.
No, he needs to argue his point. If he believes in his point, you just argue that point and keep it moving.
Because like it seems like, bro, don't become a punching bag for anybody.
That's
don't do
not
that.
what
Don't
I'm
do
saying.
that. Don't
You're
do
not
that.
listening. You're not listening. You're just talking. You're not listening. The point is not that you should be a punching bag for anyone. I was saying you should not be hitting anybody. That's the point. And you should never hit. And if she hits you back, still, you are the bigger person.
Nobody's talking about hitting back. Someone's talking about her hitting you first. Nobody's
You
even
talking about hitting back. Your
I'm talking
whole
about me
argument,
hitting
your
back.
Whole argument
Me
has
hitting back.
been, your whole argument has been if there's a weapon or if she hits back, I'm going to hit back to the death.
No.
That's been
No,
your
there's
whole
a
that's
weapon-
not
if
been my
there's a
argument.
weapon
No,
or-
if there's
That's
a weapon,
been your whole argument.
it's not.
though.
It's not. So this whole time you're assuming I'm hitting her first.
No.
So
Listen,
what are you talking hitting
charismatic.
back? What are you talking
Charismatic.
hitting back?
Listen. What has been your argument? Your argument has been once someone's threatening me, all bets are off. Correct?
no.
No.
Weapon.
What?
With a weapon.
With a weapon,
Thank
all
you.
bets are off.
You heard it. You're not the one listening.
If a woman hits him first, he's just gonna
So
press
no.
charges.
So then why
That
have I
creates-
been saying? Why have I been saying
It's
if
still
if
disrespect
someone
on her
slaps
end.
you?
Yes.
So if she slaps you, you're not gonna hit back.
I said I'm pressing charges. Is that not what I said?
That's what he said.
Is that what I said?
All right,
So
fair.
who's the one that's not listening?
And you're arguing respect, but if she hits you,
So
that's
who's the
just
one
now
that's not
being
listening?
That's not respect, but you still don't
So
hit
who's
back.
the one that's not
You
listening?
still
Because I've
don't
heard
hit
all
back.
your points, but you
Okay.
missed all
you
of
still
mine.
don't hit back. That's
Right.
the thing. That's what I've been saying. You don't hit back.
Bro, once you pick up a weapon, you hit back.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. A girl hits me somewhere between 6 to 12 times. I'm gonna hit her back.
I'm not blaming you for that either.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not a punching bag. You're
I
not a
don't
punching
care
bag.
I don't care if
So there is a certain point
You're
where
not
it's
a
like
punching
I'm
bag.
going to hit him back.
I'm gonna restrain you before you touch me. I'm not gonna allow
Boom.
anyone to touch me.
Because he has his limits too.
It's
You're not gonna
it's
touch me.
It's the focus shouldn't be on whether she's a woman or not. That doesn't matter. You shouldn't allow anyone to disrespect you in that way
Boom.
because that's very disrespectful.
Boom.
that's why I've been saying
Right.
walk out. Be a
Right.
mature person. Stop
Right,
being this
right,
child who
That's
sits
you
into the
assuming.
fight.
That's
can't-
you assuming that
stop
every
being
situation
a
you can walk
child,
away
But you
from.
can't-
I know you
control
can't
people's
walk away
reactions.
from
Okay,
every
so then
single
what do you
one.
do in a situation that you can't walk away from? We've answered that. You haven't answered that
You
yet.
do your best. You do your best to not. If that's why I've said if that person is trying to kill you, yes, you hit back or you fight for your
Trying
life.
to kill me is
If
picking up a
there's-
weapon.
Ready? It's wartime. Chick starts punching you in the face. Boom, boom. What are
It's
you doing?
wartime. Yes,
Decide. Ready?
I'm punching
No,
back.
You're in a locked room. She's bigger than you. She's hitting you in the face.
Boom, she's
What are you
hitting
doing?
I've been in those situations.
I know you had to if you're a very small guy.
I've been in those situations.
So what do you do?
I've been. There was one time when I was. How old was I? It was like.
And I think this is the plight of young men because they feel they can't defend themselves.
No, I don't think it's young.
It's
men
not
in
the.
general.
It's not the plight of young.
It's not plight of young men. I think Daniel is just trying to say that instead of equal.
It's also I've from my
past
past from past experiences too. I've seen the problems with hitting your woman and then being like, oh, I was the macho man because I'm defending myself. It's like, no, you're not. You're not. That's why you have to be a fucking adult. There are consequences past what you do, and you have to look past that person. That person who's hitting you, yes, has the consequences of hitting you. But stop. You are still a taller person where you can defend yourself even if that person has a weapon. If it's a knife, that's another thing.
I don't care about that. I don't care about.
Now we don't care about the weapons.
No. I don't care about how large I am. Just because
relationships,
you using my size against me is an abuse.
I'm not using your size.
You saying my size. You bringing my size into it is an abuse.
You're having the tall man syndrome or whatever.
No, because you're not allowed to do that.
I'm not bringing your size.
The same way I'm not allowed to.
I'm bringing men's size in general,
bro. And that alone is a problem. If you're bringing their size into it, you're
toughen up. Like stop being like
toughen up. What? Toughen up. I'm nobody's punching bag, bro.
I'm not
tough
talking
enough,
about
like,
you.
Toughen up.
Stop taking this personal.
No, bro. I can only answer it personally, but you're talking about men in general. Men need to toughen up and be what? A punching bag? Toughen up to what? Nobody should be hitting anybody. Toughen up to what?
I know that no one should be hitting anybody. That's why I say leave.
But there's no instance where you hit a woman.
Leave. Again.
There's no weapon. There's no weapon.
Oh, so if there's no weapon.
There's
no weapon.
You're in a locked room. You can't get out. She's blocking the door.
Okay, now you're making it. You're a purge situation.
No, you're.
I'm not saying lock the room.
Because you're making it a purge situation. Locked room.
His
bigger
thing
than
is
you.
always run. You can't always run.
She corners you, right? And then
we're in a relationship.
No, nobody's talking about a relationship.
It shouldn't matter in
either way,
in my opinion. But let's say that happens. What do you do? Do you restrain her?
This is if it's
go time
because you have to physically restrain.
Boom! First punch has been thrown. Right. What are you doing? Ready? Second one's coming. What are you doing? React.
You take it. This is a woman. You can take that punch and.
Maybe. What if she's a bigger bitch than me?
If she's bigger.
What did I tell you about my sister? What did I tell you about my sister the other day?
And I'm not talking like woman, but I'm saying like she's fucking clocking you in the face.
She's
clocking in the face. I'm gonna do the best.
My sister is 5'9" to 5'10", right? How tall are you?
I'm like 5'7", 5'8", maybe.
Okay, bro, you see my build? My sister's far bigger than you. Let's say you're in a relationship with my sister,
but this is how,
and she's punching you in the face, bro. What are you doing?
We're 7 punches in at this point. React.
We're 7 punches in.
She's punched you 7 times in the face.
Times.
Bam, bam, bam. Just fucking like. Bam.
I understand your sentiment, but I don't like your mindset.
Realistic.
It's not.
I'm not saying you want to.
Like I understand your sentiment. It's not realistic.
You have to restrain her in some way, shape,
That's what I'm saying.
Even if it's one punch, you have to let them.
You may hurt her by restraining her.
Yes, you have to acknowledge that fact. So no way, like, bro, you're in a hurt situation. It's not your intent, but you're not going to be beaten to a bloody pulp.
You have to show her the manpower reminder. That
forget the manpower. Forget there's every human has survival instincts. Every human has survival instincts. You're not going to be a punching bag.
So have I not said that if you're getting if it's for survival, you should.
Yeah, we're not talking about.
Have I not said that? Have I not?
We all agree survival. Yes, you should defend yourself.
And that's what you guys are trying to say right now.
No, I'm not trying to say.
You guys are saying you're like.
In general, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, but that's she's beating you to a pulp. That's now survival.
Maybe not to a pulp.
It's the 7 she's cornered you. She's cornered you. You're in a corner. You're getting beat up. That's survival at that. That's survival.
Would you restrain?
You're not hitting me.
Yes, I would restrain. That's my point. It's not to.
But you may end up.
It's not to knock. It's not to knock this chick out cold.
Restraining her?
It's not to talk out cold. See, that's why he keeps on saying because you're bringing the taller. Taller is
because you kept bringing up my size, so I keep bringing up the size.
No, listen. But taller is now bringing in the survival of it.
You're assuming you can restrain him though. You guys saw the chick that was with us last night that I brought. I cannot restrain that bitch.
No, you can't.
She is fucking retarded.
She's bigger than you.
She's strong as fuck too. Like she does lifting. She's retarded strong. Like it's laughable if you watch me try to restrain that bitch. If we got into a fight,
what does she do? Like she just works out all the time.
just
She
works
just
out.
do
She's
that.
big. First off, she's a bigger individual.
Right.
She's just a larger individual, and like her body is made to carry more weight in general. Like she's just a bigger individual. She's not fat, but she's just a larger. He's a very skinny guy.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she's muscular.
Yeah, he's
muscular.
Like, she's anything would put her over the edge on him. Like like she's not a small girl.
Well, in that case, you don't pick a fight. with that
She
chick.
can like deadlift like
But let's say she
300
picks a
and,
fight
like,
with
something
you.
pounds.
Like,
It's crazy.
And that's the situation. Not everybody's in a situation where they can win, bro.
And
there is a point. where you
and
have
this
to
is the
defend
thing,
yourself.
right? If her and I got into
So
a
that's what-
fight, the only way I would win
Is
is
by-
if I fought her like another
He has to
person
fight
and
her
not
like
like
a
a
dude,
woman.
right.
Legitimately
He
as
has
a
to fight.
fighter.
Yeah, and she might still like
Like-
the
like
way
she
you're
still might
describing
win.
this
Like,
chick.
she
She
still
might
might win.
win. That's
like
why
I've
I'm saying.
wrestled around with this chick before, and it gets to a point where I go like, okay, we should stop because it's like I'm gonna have to,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have to fuck you up if we like you know what I mean?
right,
Like,
right.
like I can't pretend beyond this.
All I'm
point
saying
anymore.
is, it's. I understand where you're coming from in terms of don't ever hit a person,
But-
or a woman that way.
Like me as a
Well,
6'5"
perfect example. What would you say to a woman who's getting abused by a man?
Leave.
Leave.
That's what I've been saying.
Do you know
But-
why? There's
yeah,
no
because
fighting
she-
back.
Yeah, she
Leave.
can't
But
fight
then,
back.
yeah,
There's no
She don't
fighting
have
back.
the option.
exactly,
There's no
exactly.
fighting back.
And then when you bring up that, when you bring
I
up,
do have that
when you
option.
bring up the thing of, oh, Daniel, you're 5'7", and if a 5'9" or 5'10" chick, some bigger chick approaches you, what are you gonna do?
But yes,
You gonna
But
fight her
also,
back?
why do
wait,
women
wait.
end up in that situation for so long?
You leave.
Because they can't leave.
And bro, leave, yes,
not an
but we're
option for them.
talking
Yeah, and then they-
in the moment. The action's already started. Like,
Right.
yeah, by the end of the evening, you're the fuck out of there. You're leaving. That's the end goal. But like we're saying, in the
Because-
moment, the door's right there. Big bitch is right here. She starts throwing
Yeah,
punches
you guys
at
keep on. You guys keep on saying.
You're on the ground
Big
at this
bitch,
point. She's
most-
got top
most-
mount on
but
you.
any
What are
of
you
the time,
doing?
right, it's
Most
another
of the
woman.
time,
You're
it's
just being
gonna be
attacked.
you're bigger. Most of the time, it's you're bigger.
Bro, how many
being
times
attacked.
are you gonna be
How many
bigger?
times? How many times?
How
you
many
see
times are you gonna
Rogue?
be bigger?
How many
Like,
times?
it's
you
not
see-
even an insult, but like, how many times are you gonna be bigger? Do you specifically
I
think
know
women
that in-
smaller than you?
Yeah. You.
But
I don't know. I don't know guys that's small that actually
A lot
do. Most of
of-
the small guys I know pick big women.
Again, I'm small to you. I'm like,
But
I'm
You're
the
really
average.
not.
But-
You're
but
not.
I'm
we're-
a little, like
wait.
an inch below
But
average.
we're with you
average,
on
like-
the
That's a lot,
on the
though.
restrain or leave thing. But we're saying, what if you cannot? We're
cannot do
exploring
that.
the
I
option
know,
of if
I
you
know.
can't. So what do you do?
'Cause
Are
I
you
want
just
you to have that option
like,
for yourself.
Again,
Do you deal
because
with
when
that
you guys
situation?
say what you cannot, again, so if
so
it's,
like
if
like
it's,
if she beats the fuck out of you to a bloody pulp,
So, like-
do you just then like I'm gonna sit here and take it, and then when she leaves, I call the cops and address it like that?
So,
You're
bro, let me
just
ask
gonna
you this, let me
take
ask
the.
you, what's the average height for a male in the United States?
it's 5'8", 5'9".
Foot
I
nine.
think
No,
it's
it's
5'9".
5'10".
It's not
5'9", 5'10".
It's
5'10".
5.
It's 5'9".
It's 5'10".
All right, 5'9", 5'10". All right, so
Okay,
like
so
an
you're
inch or
already
two below.
so you're
An inch or two.
What's average for a woman?
5'5", isn't it?
3?
5'7".
What's it for?
I don't. It's
5'7".
it's
5'7"?
5'5".
About 5'7".
Look it up. It's
I don't think it's
We'll say
5'6".
5'6". We'll meet in the middle.
because I don't think it 5'7".
I think it's 5'7".
Average.
It's somewhere between 2 and 5 inches shorter than a man.
It's 5'9".
5'9".
All right, for women.
It's gonna be like 5'5".
And for women, it is okay. Oh, it's 5'7".
It's 5'7".
5'7".
Okay.
So in many more circumstances than not, you're going to be faced with a woman that can probably take you.
But like, see,
Which every situation is just bad for you. So like, and you're not going to always be able to run. So you will have to more times than not, you will be
So
the one
have-
having to
have
fist
you
fight.
I
hit
want
a-
you to have that option for you that you may have to hurt
okay,
this female
okay. So all of
to
y'all
get away.
to stop her from
And that's
hurting you.
respectful.
All of-
because she's
We're not trying to kill
another
her.
human
We're
being.
not saying kill
all
her.
of y'all
Sean
with
Connery's
this,
wilding.
all,
He's saying if a girl gets
all
on
of
his nerve,
y'all
he'll
with
slap the
this.
shit out of her. I'm not
Wait,
saying to do that.
Okay, the article we did on the last podcast, guy got stabbed in the gut, pulled the knife out, and
Stabbed
stabbed the
Yeah,
other
to
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
death.
Stabbed
Killed
again.
him.
Woman pulls knife out on you, stabs you in
Again,
the gut.
you guys are like, what?
He
Who
agrees
are y'all
weapon-wise.
hanging
He
around?
agrees
I
with
know, I
weapons.
just had
He
to
agrees
fuck
Who
with
are
him. I
these
just had to fuck
women?
with him.
No.
Who are these women?
But you're
that
not
you
trying to
guys
kill
are
her.
hanging around killers.
No, I'm not saying you're not trying to kill
You're
this
hanging
woman. You're
around
just trying
killers.
to prevent the attack from happening.
That's
And
what I've
you
said.
I
That's-
just want you to have that option because initially you said that even in that situation you
No,
would be the bigger
'cause
person.
you're confusing.
I'm talking about a
you're-
person your size or
You're
smaller.
you remember you're confusing hitting a woman in the face, point like in the face,
Right.
as restraining. That's not restraining.
you may
That's
have
not
to do
restraining.
that.
if an officer
I would argue
clocked a
that.
black dude in the face, would you say he was
If
restraining
the
him?
guy is full
You would
on
not.
fighting you,
You
yes.
would not.
It depends.
If the guy is fighting
if the
you,
black
yes.
guy's attacking him, yes.
Yes.
And
It
he
is
went,
restraining.
"Brah."
Yeah,
Yes.
you punch him. Yeah, because he's attacking him.
He's attacking him. That's
So y'all-
restraining him.
And-
Yes.
That's
In the midst of
I
attacking.
give you that.
Yes, I
I
give you
that.
that. That's what I'm saying. With I want that
We're
option
not.
to be.
We're not.
But that's also guy on guy.
I'm- now-
Yeah, that's
No,
true,
come
that's
on,
different.
dog.
And-
or big female on small
and
guy. Like, are you serious?
and it's a lot more of survival because that person.
Well, I just don't want you to.
That's a
I,
very
I, want,
life
I don't
or
want you
death.
to. I want you to have that option that if you need be, you would put your hands on this
And to
woman if she
clarify,
tried to attack
we're
you.
not saying
go beat her up.
Yeah, we're not saying roll reversal. Now you hit her 12 times
Yeah,
in the
now
face.
you stomped her
I'm
to death.
saying
No.
I'm saying that one hit is like it's like shot
Enough.
treatment where
It's
where
enough,
they where
right.
they go 6 hits in the face and then you give them one like even if it's an open hand just
So-
like bop and you
so-
go
I
agree
like
with Sean
this,
Connery.
So
like,
slap.
that's
A
your
slap is
that's
good
your
enough.
that's your go-to. You're not gonna
it's not-
try anything
it's not
else.
My, it's not
No,
my
no,
go.
no. It's
we're
last
saying-
resort,
so if
obviously.
she
I'm
hit you
saying-
like 4 times,
I'm
what
saying
would you
if
do?
you're sitting there right
Oh
there.
my God, I'm calling my older sister. She's
If-
gonna kill you.
If
I have an older sister.
Okay,
She's
now
not
here's
real.
the thing. If you're
I'm
asking
calling
me
my older sister,
specifically,
she's gonna kill
I
you.
know jujitsu, so I'll roll a bitch up. She's not gonna touch me. But
No, I'm a
I'm
ball
just
up
saying
and I'm
if
calling my sister.
if a chick hits me in the face, and here's the thing, each hit is peppered is followed with a, you better knock it off. You better stop. I'm gonna fucking hit you. I'm warning you. Final warning, and then like eventually like yeah, I'm gonna fucking like knock some sense into them. Now I've never had to do that in my life.
Never had to do it.
Never had to do that. We're purely talking hypothetical, but
I've
assuming
severely
I'm
had to
getting
push a
hit in the
bitch.
face, it's
yeah,
like,
pushing's a lot different.
We're assuming
Pushing's not
Not for a guy my size.
pushing's
She
not
flew.
fighting.
She
Yeah, it's
flew.
not
Well,
fighting.
then you gotta
It's
then you
still
You're
gotta
not
learn how
fighting
to.
her even if you punch her.
You gotta. It's not fighting
It's-
if you
no,
punch.
No, it's not fighting.
What is that then?
Because if a woman's
Well,
attacking you and then you punch them, right?
That's a fight. That's
That's
boxing.
That's if she keeps
fight-
fighting.
I don't know how
fight
to
is
feel
an
about that.
exchange.
I
That's
don't know.
boxing.
I don't
Have
know
you?
how to feel
Do you
about
know
that.
what boxing is?
a fight is
She
an
keeps-
exchange.
Right.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
continue to-
I'm
I'm
just
Do
hearing
you
about-
know
I don't
what? Do you know
feel
what
about that.
boxing is?
I don't
All
know
I'm
how to feel
saying
about
is that
Who are you
may
saying
need
you-
to do that. Is what I'm
I
saying.
don't know how to feel about what he's
Yeah,
saying.
that doesn't.
It is
may-
fighting. It's fighting.
That's
think it's fight-
fighting. That's
it's
fighting at that
fighting.
point?
Once a
guess.
closed fist is thrown, it's a
Yeah.
fight.
What about if you slap her? It's still a fight.
No.
That's still
makes-
that's
No,
still
I
a
don't think
hit.
it's a fight. I don't
That's
think
still a hit.
that makes
It's a
sense.
hit.
Once
I
you
don't
two
think
are
it's a
hitting
fight.
back,
I don't
it's
think a fight.
fighting.
Okay,
No,
fine.
no.
We'll call it a
Yes.
fight. We'll call it a fight.
Okay, question. Any of y'all parents fought?
Yes.
No.
My
Wait, what?
No.
What do you mean, like physically?
No.
Like they ever like
Nope.
Yeah, my
Physically or
parents-
verbally?
both?
Verbally, yes.
Well,
Verbally, yes.
he took it to a whole lot. He choked
you-
her and
did-
he slapped the hell out of her. Yeah, like my mom.
So then, yeah, you should.
Yeah, that's clearly
should
wrong
see-
because
you
she
should
wasn't
see-
attacking him. But
you
she
should
wasn't
see
attacking
the-
when that happened. She was just being disrespectful. He decided to check her.
You should see because like in a like that like if you've seen the results of it, you would understand where I'm coming from.
No, we have been in those situations. I've been in that situation when I've been
You-
attacked by a young lady. And I just restrained the hell out of her. I was like, you need to relax. This is not going to happen over here. I never hit her. I didn't even slap her. I didn't do anything to her. I
Yeah.
just grabbed her by the hand.
There's
and
like
let her
there's
know that it's going to be a
it's
problem
like
for you.
like
There was
it's
a
like
situation where I thought a girl was
you
going
have
to swing
you have,
on me.
You have a younger sister, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you have a
yeah,
younger
yeah.
sister. You have a younger sister.
I have an older sister.
You have an older. Well, yeah, you can.
I have older and
How
younger.
older?
I have
Like
a
how
lot older, like mid-30s or so.
and like because like the point is like when you're a kid and like you will wrestle with your little sister,
Right.
and stuff like that,
Never.
and it was fair. You never
No.
wrestled?
7-year difference.
See, like
Older sister, we fought, not wrestled.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fist
Me and my
yeah, it was
older
like
cousins,
fist fight.
yeah, we
Fist
fought.
fought.
We
My
fought.
sister is
Well,
my-
so that there's
my-
where your
my sister-
there's where your thinking
my
comes
sister-
from.
But
my sister-
family's
my sis-
also
no,
different, too.
Bro,
Family's
respect the
different.
fact.
Family's
Respect
different.
the fact. Like my sister knew how to fight before I did.
Well,
Respect
yeah,
the fact that women can know some shit that you don't, and you might actually have
I
to defend
respect
yourself.
that. I
Like,
respect
I ha-
that.
like,
I'm not
against my
saying
older sister?
I'm not saying they're fragile little like
Bro, I have
a
to
newborn
defend
deer.
myself against
But
my older
that's
sister.
what we're
I have
saying.
to.
That's
I
what we're saying,
have
though.
to.
Like, right? Like you're here, big chick's
But
here. You go to restrain her,
my
right?
point-
Okay, you got to restrain. She headbutts you
Bro,
in the face
to this
and breaks
day,
your
point-
to
nose.
this
What are you
day,
doing?
If me and my sister got into it, I have to defend myself. Bro. There's no running from it. She's my sister's quick too. Like she's no fucking punk. If you get into it with my sister, you better believe you're in a fight for your life.
My point-
Believe you're in a fucking fight for your
my
life.
point
Bro. Believe
was
it.
my point was this. It was that when you were like, if you ever had like and you're like, because my little sister's 3 years younger than me, so like we were basically same size ish.
Yeah,
Small
growing up.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah.
But like, so it's equal when you're wrestling. It's
Right.
it's very much like equal, and then you get to it like when puberty hits.
Yeah.
You realize you're like, oh
Drastic.
shit,
It
yeah,
becomes
like I
drastic,
could easily take down this person.
Right.
Need be. And like her, then it's like it's not even like a competition at that point.
Right.
That's why I'm saying
Bro,
when it's
my
fighting.
sister is 5'10" and it's still a like she can fight, bro. My sister can fight.
I know.
dog.
I'm not saying.
All I'm saying is the reason why I brought this up. Sean Connery is obviously a savage. He said a woman pisses him off, he'll slap the shit out of her, whatever. I'm not saying to do that. That's obviously a drastic way of dealing with women in general. But I will say this: I want that option to be there for you, just in case if that situation ever happened. You may need to slap a woman if need be. I'm not saying you should go around slapping everyone that pisses you off. That's not what I'm saying. But if somebody's about to attack you, I mean, so be it. You slap them, you slap them. It is what it is. Whatever to get their attention, whatever.
You're not a punching bag.
Right. You can't. That's disrespect.
Yeah, but again,
level.
Sean Connery is like
No, he
Yes,
overdid
I'm
it.
saying
Sean Connery's talking.
extreme.
No,
He's extreme.
Sean Connery's he's also talking with the relationship. That's what he was talking about with like women. That's why he
never
was
said
saying
that.
Yes, he did. It's the implication. It's he never said.
All right, so now
explicitly.
you're reading implications. I'm not doing that.
Let's be some like
No,
like
no, there's no need.
let's be.
There's no need to read
You
into
wanna
shit.
look-
when
Are we
you
in
wanna
middle
look at it.
school?
You want to look at the
Are we
video
in
one more
middle
time?
school?
Go back to the Sean Connery video real quick.
You did an interview in which you said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a
Now and
clenched
then means
fist.
you're
It's
in a
better to do it with an open hand.
No, he doesn't say that.
He's not
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
slapping random
Yeah.
bitches.
I didn't love
reading
that.
into it.
Listen
haven't
to his
changed my
answer.
opinion.
You haven't.
No, not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's bad,
I don't think it's that bad. I
Mind
think
you,
that
she
it
said
depends
a
entirely on
woman,
the
not your woman.
circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
Or what would merit it?
Well, if you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this,
Women in
they can't leave it alone. They don't want to have the last word, and you give them the last word, but they're not happy with the last
them
word.
general.
They want to say it again, and
Say general.
get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right.
Or what would...
So he's saying like you're interacting with a woman, she's getting heated. You get into a heated conversation.
Them.
He said
they.
he'll slap her before it gets to that level.
Well, he's saying it's
He
like,
never said she. Nothing indicative of one person.
He just said they. Yeah, he said they. He was
them,
slapping.
all
They
general.
would deserve. They would deserve to be
all
slapped.
general terms.
I think
Why are
that's-
you
I think
reading
that's extreme.
relationship?
Yeah.
because that's where most of it's gonna
definitely
happen.
extreme, yeah.
It's most of it's
Just
gonna
because
happen.
but
You're
he's
not
speaking
slapping.
generally.
He'd rather
Random
slap
chicks
her
on the
first than
street.
her
All right,
react
I'm
in a
gonna
negative
take
way.
this at like you're still young, but like growing up, don't generalize for an individual. Let them speak their own truth. Do not put your own spin on it. If they're speaking in a certain manner, let their manners reign out. Do not put your own connotation over it.
Respect that advice.
All right, like that, like because that, like honestly, like that happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Yeah,
in this
let him
society.
speak for himself,
Let
yeah.
him speak for himself. The words he says are the words. Do not put any spin on it. Leave the words solid. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's taken to the court of law, that's the same way they're gonna read it.
Yeah, and I just want you to have that option. Just have that option. Not with his example. His example is extreme. But the point is that you should never say to yourself, "Oh, I'll never hit a woman."
But he was talking about conversation because he was saying in a conversation and it
you're
goes
having
on.
a heated
goes on,
conversation. Yeah,
leave.
There's your sister.
Right.
There's your mother.
it could be any woman.
A
It could be any
conversation.
woman.
A
You can have a heated
conversation.
with anyone.
Conversation means there's an out. No one has like. No one's
But it may
locking
be
each
it
other.
may be
No
an
one's
argument.
locking each other into like a thing.
This is
you
true.
can still storm out the house.
Very
and
true.
leave.
And
true.
he's talking
This
about
is true.
Storm
slapping
out the
them.
house.
He's
and
talking
leave.
about- he'll slap
But
you.
he was saying
He's
instead of
not
doing that, he would slap.
yeah,
And
he's
my
extreme.
thing is like,
That's extreme.
don't
That's crazy. Obviously.
leave. You should
But
not
I
be
want.
hitting.
But I don't want it. The point is that as a man,
I'll be
that should be
fine.
an option.
I'll be fine because
Okay.
like there's you're doing something seriously fucked up if you're getting to like that point a lot where it's like
Not a lot.
your
even
violence.
even one time is too many.
as violence. You should be able to read the situation and
For
leave.
sure, but we're talking like that you
Again,
don't
yes,
know
if you're
of.
talking that you're locked in and it's fucking
I don't want you to not.
it's
have that option.
basically Mortal Kombat.
accessible to
All rules are gone.
Like, bro, there have been
should have that
2
option.
times in my life where I wish I slapped the person back, and both times they were female. Like
And you
they,
did it.
They literally,
But what
I
do you
did it.
think?
I
What
did
do
it,
you?
but, like,
What do you
I
think?
drastically
What do you
regret
think
it.
you would have gained from doing that?
It's not about gaining, but it's about teaching. Like,
What do you think you would have gained?
She taught me something. I wish I could have taught her something in the moment, but I didn't. I reserved my
So what do you think would have happened right after if you?
She would have learned. Don't strike unless you're willing to be struck
Would
back.
have gave her options.
But you are like,
saying?
but you keep on saying
because women carry this power knowing that we're not allowed to hit them because
I
of some
agree. Right.
because of some
shouldn't have
socially
that. That's
acceptable
what- 'cause, like,
contract. There's nothing
bro.
in paper that says because you're a woman I can't
goes
hit you.
into Africa with this mentality. That can get you killed.
Yeah, and
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, exactly. Which means this is not a realistic thought in the rest of the world.
But just because it happened, but just because I kill some people in Africa, does that mean it's right?
No, we're not talking about right. It's just this thought does not work anywhere else in the world because there's a different rationale than in the United States. There's a different rationale only here.
Again, but does that mean it's right?
Don't hit anything
but it's
you
not
know
right.
can
But
kill
it's not
you.
right for her to hit you either.
That sounds right to me. Don't hit anything you know can kill you. That sounds right to me.
Right for them, it's not right for them to hit you.
I know it's not
for
right.
them
I've never
to
said
hit
it was
them.
right. I've
But
never
if
said
the
it was right.
situation calls for it for you to defend.
I never had said it was right. But again,
we're not saying it's right either. But why is it okay?
It's not right. It's not right either way.
Why would you hit anything and not expect to get hit back?
Boom.
Even if you don't get hit
Boom.
back, why would you
Boom.
go into it not being willing to go?
Great
The
question.
result to this might be I get knocked the fuck
Great
out.
You
might
the
not.
world, the
you
world
might
may
not
never know. I agree. That's very
Like
stupid.
you might not hit her.
I
I might not hit her. Karizmatik Guerby might not
I
hit
know.
her. But some crazy
I
motherfucker
agree.
will knock her the
And
fuck
she
out.
needs to know
So she needs to be taught not to do
That's-
that.
either by her daddy,
Yeah,
by her
but
mommy, somebody needs to
but
That's
you
what the
don't. But
hit
you don't
is.
need. You don't need to be the person who teaches that lesson.
Says who?
You may.
You don't.
Says
you
who?
don't. You don't.
Says who?
Because you're
'Cause
being.
that- but that's-
You're being.
Did you have anybody that taught you
immature.
something?
That hit might save her life.
Did you have anybody that taught you something that was important? Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I gotta address that. Officer, that hit might have saved her life. Like really?
Bro.
Like,
Have you ever had someone that taught you
how do you
something?
think that's
Hold
not
on.
a- that's
Have you
not
ever
a-
had someone that taught you something that was very important to you later on, but like they didn't need to teach that to you?
Huh?
Have you ever had a circumstance like that? Someone taught you something that ended up being very important to you, but
Yeah, typically that's not
they did
taught
it
through
on
a
a whim.
punch in the face. That's a hey Dan, maybe you-
Yeah,
Maybe for you.
sometimes it is.
Maybe for
Sometimes
you.
it is.
Okay,
Sometimes
give an
it
By a
example.
lot of my cousins,
give,
it
Give
was.
an example. Give an example.
So
That means you were in a situation.
I
where
was
it
in
was
church.
taught.
I was in church. I was I was very young. I was like
I was gonna
about
talk about bully situation.
I was about like 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same shit. I was about 12. My cousin was about 16, 17. He lives with me now to this day.
Okay.
They told me to sit down because we were trying to prepare for some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't listening, so I was turning around talking to everybody and doing some other shit. So at one point, I get up and I decide I'm going to use the bathroom without asking anybody, right? And we're trying to...
You're gonna use the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to prepare for something, right? But I get up and I didn't let anybody know. When I got back, the guy spanked the shit out of me, like beat my ass up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
And
how does that?
the reason that plays in is because I didn't know the importance of what was going on because like I can't remember the exact situation, but it was more than I could have. Damn, I wish I could have
Comprehended.
No.
Yeah, it was a lot more than I could have comprehended, and me acting on my own whim really. I lost my word.
And you're like
So it
trying
taught
to,
you
you're
not
trying
to
to
be
like
that way,
assert
not to be that way
independence as
anymore.
like
Yeah, don't be disrespectful.
And
Listen
then-
to what's going on. Follow instructions and things of that nature. So yeah, it could be beneficial later. But all I'm saying, yes, I agree with you. You don't need to be the one that teaches that lesson, but that lesson could be something that makes a difference in that person's life.
Yes, very much so.
But
You're not. But see, when I say hit a woman, I'm not talking about beat her ass to a pulp. Nothing like that. It's never.
I know
it's
you're
never
not
that
saying
necessary. It's
you're
never
not
to that
saying
degree.
like finish her.
Nobody's
Right?
saying
Yeah.
that.
No one's.
I know,
Yeah, right.
I
No
know.
one's
Shit you
saying
can
finish
take
her.
I know
later
you're not.
back
Yeah,
any
I
shit,
know
like,
you're not
no.
going
Yeah,
like.
yeah. So it's not a beat her ass
Wow,
to
we've
death.
been on this
type
topic
situation.
for a long time.
All right, let's
Well,
go
it's
to the
been a good
last video. Then.
conversation.
Let's go to our last video.
No, it's
Yeah,
true.
you guys got heated and it extended and things of that nature. Okay, so this one is I just think it's hilarious. Hopefully we don't get to an argument over this.
Oh, we gonna argue.
Okay. Wait.
Oh, I see. I've seen this before.
Is someone gonna drive over somebody?
There you go. He's yelling.
I seriously want to go down and yell at them.
Nah, bro. Come on. I don't know.
I think I've seen a different perspective.
That was very
Oh,
anticlimactic.
He's got both.
No, someone's about to
Damn
get
it.
over. Someone's about to get
Should we call the police on them, all honesty, at this point? Yeah, I think we should.
No. I'd say don't get involved.
Don't get involved. Well, please, I'm the king of getting involved. I will say that the one in, like, the second one for me, and over there, the one with the punk haircut.
Yeah.
Like, why do people feel like they have the right to fuck up someone else's day?
Yeah.
I know, like, who cares? You're not driving.
Yeah, so
Let
like
one of the
if-
people driving.
She needs a new brain.
If I walked up and fucked up your face and fucked up your day, do you think that's equivalent?
Oh, look, she's videoing her. Where's she going? Isn't that her car?
I totally
She's
thought
over.
someone would get run over.
Oh,
I,
it's an Uber.
I don't know if it's what it says about me, but I was let down that nobody was.
Oh! He took it. One guy took their side.
Sorry.
Oh! Whoa. He took her phone. Whoa. She kind of set herself
Wow,
up.
one guy cleared up traffic. I love
Yeah,
that.
Someone attacked them.
He grabbed the poster, threw it over, then
See, that's
destroyed
the
one
shit I
girl's
can't
phone.
stand. You're
Yeah.
more powerful than a car that's
That
about
was
to hit you.
brilliant.
On the street.
And
I
she's
keep
freaking out.
easing up to her.
She's throwing a little hissy fit because someone took her phone and threw it. It's like, come on, what do you expect?
That was fucking amazing.
Dude.
That guy's my hero. Dude, I'll show you the video, dude.
You got that on video?
Like a
Like,
driver?
you lost?
That's another angle.
This is the girl's phone.
Yeah, this is the angle I've seen.
This is her phone.
Fuck y'all.
Yep. You see how scared they got? It's just hilarious.
Others, look behind you.
You gonna take your phone,
Go
right?
to work. Get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. Go.
He's a nurse.
Yeah, he's a male nurse.
Yo, he threw that shit,
They gotta go to work. Somebody pick up
And he's a pedestrian too.
Right,
That's-
right. He's going to work. He's probably walking to work.
Holy shit.
I love this video. When I saw it, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to show this on the podcast. It's just like, don't fuck with other people. This is the thing I don't understand, that whatever your issue is with society, and I guess that's what they were talking about, is like normal people that are not doing what you're doing
Yep.
are trying to live too.
Yep.
And you don't know what you're doing in terms of affecting them, getting them, being able to go to work and things like that. They may lose their
Facts.
job and now they can't
Facts.
feed their children, they can't feed themselves, whatever bills they're taking care of, they may get kicked out now. It's like you're affecting more than that. So if you're gonna be one of these people that is an activist, this is the thing. I know we give relationship advice and things of that nature, and there's gonna be more of that as time goes on. Please continue to watch. But you can't be trying to mess with normal people's lives while you're trying to be an activist. You know what I'm saying? Get on Facebook and put some protests or whatever on Facebook or something like that, or Instagram or Twitter or something like that. But that going out in the middle of the street, it's just nonsense. And I was happy for that guy.
Someone might run you over.
Well,
Yeah.
fortunately, that didn't happen.
It's not the country for it.
It's not
so-
the country for it. Right. But you can't. It's just ridiculous, man. What's your thoughts about it?
Oh, like what you said. Yeah, people are just so self-centered nowadays, and they feel like the world revolves around them, and they're gonna fuck up. Like that. What he said was like people are trying to fucking work, and it's like don't.
When he's like a nurse, there could be people dying.
Yeah,
that,
he's
like,
trying
he
to
needs get to and help.
And
and
yeah,
shit.
so that means they're most likely around a hospital.
Yep.
So
Right.
fuck, like that's even worse.
That makes
So they're most likely around a hospital. So they're just screwing people's lives. It's just fucking get out of your ass.
Yep.
That's my.
Oh, what I
generation.
have is important, so you gotta listen to me. Get the fuck out of here. There's other important shit in the world too. You don't know what what else you're hurting by doing this shit.
That's my generation. I'm sorry, guys.
I know.
Also,
bro.
I wanted to point out that a lot of those people that protest were also women. I wanted to point that out a little.
I'm gonna let Guerby point that
Wow,
out.
you
Only.
shocked?
Only, yeah. I'm
So
good, I'm good.
it's just like, ladies, don't.
Women
do
are the worst. I'll say it. I'll die on that sword.
You're gonna.
And it took a
worse.
man to come and disperse that situation.
Nah, I don't know. I want to say women are the worst.
I wouldn't say women are the worst either.
Yeah,
We'll let him die on that sword. That's
you can
the
die
sword.
on that sword.
All right.
but
I do agree. They don't behave. For the
They
most
don't
part.
behave.
As if
Jesus
we do.
Christ.
No, I would say that bad behavior definitely is a.
That's coming from that like women are the worst and stuff like that is because men have in recent years have been like there's this effemination of men,
Right.
and there's so now men are like so then there's this thing if you're a man it's wrong, it's wrong to be a man. So then now men are feeling like, oh,
fuck that, I'm a black man. It's right.
you're
It's right.
the black man has been what's it, like, effeminated or whatever the word would be for a long time too, especially in Hollywood. That's why they always put a dress on a black man in every movie. There's always there's for the longest time, every black star, they'll put a dress on him. Like you would see Kevin Hart, they put a dress on him with the SNL shit. That's what Dave Chappelle was talking about.
After saying he would never do that.
Dave Chappelle, they you know Blue Streaks with Martin Lawrence?
Yep.
So you know how Dave Chappelle was like the prisoner or whatever? And he went in, there was supposed to be a scene, the directors come to his trailer and they're like, hey Dave, for this next scene we're gonna dress you up as a prostitute and we're gonna try to and it's gonna be hilarious. And he's like, no, I don't feel comfortable putting on a dress. And they're like, oh, come on, Dave. And they start putting all these pressures on him that, like, they're going to lose so much money. Every single second that they wait, they're losing this X amount of dollars. And he was like, I don't feel comfortable doing it. And he kind of batted away, and they're like, And then they go, and like 10 minutes later, they have like a new scene ready. It's like, you had a new scene written up already. So it's this, in Hollywood, that's what you see. They try to effeminate black men. But then in recent years, it's been like this total effemination. That's why the toxic masculinity and like whatever a man is wrong. And that's why you see a lot of these incels and stuff like that. They get pissed off.
I like that you pointed at us when you said that.
My bad. That wasn't pointed
to me all
that wasn't.
I'm doing it right.
I wasn't pointed. That wasn't.
I know. I'm just fucking.
Honest. Yeah, I'm Italian.
The best way to do masculinity is not to fucking worry about it and do you.
But what you see now is like that Gillette ad. It was like boys wrestling, and that's toxic masculinity. It's like, no, that's how you learn to like
compete,
right. To socialize with people. You realize like how far you can go and stuff like that. So what you see now,
men test boundaries. Yeah,
yeah. Some of them take.
When they're young, not when they get older.
Some test their sexual boundaries.
Yeah, how are you supposed to know if you want to suck his dick? You don't wrestle.
If you don't wrestle it, how you know if you want? You know, you wrestle him, then you put his dick in your mouth. You don't know if you're gay yet. You know, you got to do three strikes, man.
3 strikes, you're out. But like, yeah, it's what you're seeing, and then what you're seeing is that men, it's like women are not even like listening to men anymore, and that's what's getting mad because like all these
because they're a bunch of phonies.
Yeah, like they're and to be completely fair, because social media makes everything seem like it's a lot bigger than what it really is.
We were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
It's like the problem is there, but social media makes it seem a lot bigger because it's really just a minority of women. It's the ugly women who can't get men and who are going on.
We also said that earlier.
Saying that
preach
men need to be like this, and this, and they can't tell me like what to do and stuff like that. And then so they're the ones pushing it, and then it makes it seem like, oh, it's a lot. Like every woman is like this. That's why it's like now if you still just have confidence and stuff like that, most women are gonna enjoy
your company. Right?
Yeah, enjoy your company or whatever. But men feel like, and then every time now, if a man speaks, they're shut down. It's like, especially white men are shut down, which is it's like, all right, yeah, white men have been shutting down everyone else, but we still need to be the bigger people and listen to them and their problems.
Agreed.
There's an African proverb. It's the child who's rejected by the village will burn it down just to feel its warmth.
Yes.
And that's what you see now with a lot of school shooters and stuff like that.
That's also in Naruto, by the way.
Oh, for real?
That's literally the story of Naruto.
So what you see now is like a lot of kids feel like
it's so weird. Yeah.
Feel like they're not being listened to. So the only way is to lash out. So we need to do a lot more listening. And right now it's like, ladies, I know you are angry, and it's right to be angry how men have treated you for thousands of years.
Oh, okay. There we go. I disagree with that one.
I was waiting. I was waiting for Kirby was like, this guy.
If we're being
thousands of years, it was hard on both of us, men and
women.
It
was pretty good in Africa for women. Like it was pretty like equal.
And Scandinavia.
I would say it wasn't bad. I don't say it was pretty equal.
It wasn't bad. We both, men and women both.
But what I'm saying is that's how the women have felt. They felt like subclass. Well, they felt like subclass, so that they felt like they haven't been listened to.
They haven't.
They have not been.
But did they really
listened
say anything interesting anyway?
You'd be surprised.
All right, guys, that is the Kingz podcast.
You're gonna end it on that?
Yes, we're gonna end it on that. We're gonna end it on
that
cliffhanger.
Young
We're gonna end it
Dan.
on that cliffhanger. Anyone? Well, unless you guys have anything, one final thoughts, and then we can get out of here.
My final thoughts is that, in the words of Maya Angelou, it's
can't
okay to be
remember.
angry. It's okay to be angry, but bitterness will solve nothing. And I think both sides, men and women, need to learn that. The bitterness.
Oh, you can't be mad at women. It's just for doing the shit they do.
And
It's
in
just
the
way
words
they
of
are.
Karizmatik, you are what you eat.
Why did you wink at
Insightful.
Well, good night,
But I
guys.
appreciate it. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Young Dan.